All right, let's dive into something called thermodynamic work. Now, I know that sounds like a mouthful, but stick with me because it's the key to understanding how the invisible energy in something as simple as a gas can be used to move giant pistons, power our cars, and basically shape our entire world.
So, to get started, here's a little riddle for you. What in the world does a massive, chugging steam train have in common with a can of soda you just pulled from the fridge? The answer isn't some silly joke. It's actually a core idea in physics, and it's all about what happens when stuff expands.
To get there, though, we need to start with a word we use every day, work. But it has a super specific meaning in physics. We're going to go from the idea we all get, pushing a box, to the much weirder, invisible world of pushing atoms. Okay, so what is work in a physics sense? It's really just energy on the move. You need two things, a force, a push or a pull, and then some movement because of that force. If you push on a brick wall with all your might and it doesn't budge, sorry, you haven't actually done any work. But if a gas pushes on a piston and that piston moves, bam, work has been done. We all get this instinctively, right? You push a heavy box, it scrapes across the floor. You applied a force, the box moved. That's it. You've officially done work, and you can definitely feel that energy you transferred. Pushing a box is easy to picture, but how does this idea apply to something we can't even see, like a gas? Let's connect the dots between a big, obvious force and the kind of invisible push that makes an engine go. And this gets us to the real head-scratcher. I mean, gas is everywhere, but it doesn't feel like it's pushing on you. So how can it be strong enough to move a train that weighs tons? The secret sauce here is pressure. See, a gas isn't one smooth thing. It's really a gigantic swarm of tiny particles, all zipping around and bouncing off of stuff like a zillion microscopic ping pong balls. Pressure is just the grand total of all those tiny, tiny collisions happening over an area. It's a real force, just delivered by trillions of little messengers. So now we have our key ingredients. We've got pressure, which is our invisible force, and we have the possibility of movement. When we put them together, we get to the heart of it all, the amazing power of pressure-volume work, or what physicists just call PV work. The classic way to picture this is to think of a cylinder, kind of like in a car engine, that's filled with gas and has a lid that can move up and down. That's the piston. If the gas pressure inside gets high enough, it's going to push that piston up, making the space inside bigger. That's a gas doing work. It's a force, pressure, making something move. Now, this whole process is really like two sides of the same coin. You can have the gas doing the pushing, or you can have something push on the gas. This is the difference between expansion and compression. So let's look at expansion. The gas is the hero here. It pushes out, its volume gets bigger, and it does work by using up some of its own energy. With compression, it's the total opposite. Some outside force pushes in, squishing the gas into a smaller volume. Now, work is being done on the gas, pumping energy into it. Let's just walk through expansion really quick. Step 1. You get a gas under high pressure, maybe by heating it up. Step 2. That pressure pushes on the piston, and the piston moves out, making the container bigger. Step 3. That's it. The gas has done work on the world around it. Simple as that. And here is the absolute most important thing to remember. Energy doesn't come from nowhere. To push that piston, the gas had to use up some of its own internal energy. The gas, our system, paid an energy price to make something move. Now, let's flip it around and look at compression. This time, an outside force comes along and shoves the piston in. The volume of the gas gets smaller, and in this case, the outside world has done work on the gas. And just like before, energy gets transferred. By squishing that gas, you've literally crammed energy into it. The work that you did gets stored inside the gas, usually making it get hotter. Okay, so this is a neat physics idea, but why should you care? Well, it turns out this simple push and pull of gases isn't just a textbook concept. It is, quite literally, the engine that runs our entire modern world. And that's not an exaggeration at all. This cycle, compress a gas, add energy, let it expand and do work, then start all over, is the hidden engine behind so many things we just take for granted every single day. I mean, think about it. That controlled explosion in your car's engine, that's just a hot gas expanding to push a piston. A giant power plant? It's using expanding steam to spin a massive turbine. Even your fridge is just compressing and expanding a gas to move heat around. And hey, this brings us right back to our riddle. The steam train is the ultimate PV work machine, and the pop and fizz of a soda can, that's the sound of high-pressure gas doing work as it escapes and expands. At the end of the day, here's the best way to think about it. Work isn't a thing you have, it's a process. It's energy in transit. It's the physical bridge that lets us take the chaotic, invisible energy of trillions of particles and use it to actually move things in the big world we see and live in. So, I'll leave you with this. Now that you know what you're looking for, a force making something move, a gas expanding or being squished, where else can you spot this fundamental process hiding in plain sight? Start looking for the invisible push of particles that's constantly moving your world.